Hello, Dr. Tawana Worlds, by birth, also known as a disruptor. Did you know that millions who grew up in poverty also die in poverty? Have you ever heard the saying, what good can come out of the hood? Well, I'm here to disrupt for just a minute. Yes, I was that little girl that grew up in the hood, grew up in the ghetto, single mother, absent father, eating out of the trash can just to survive. But I was also that girl that determined way back then that I was not going to become a product of my past. And now I help others do the same thing. I'm not a victim, I'm a victor. I help men and women from similar backgrounds find value in their own vault and create wealth from within. What's up, family? Let me see if I can fix the screen really quickly. Let's see. 1 second. All right, let me see if that fixed it. Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? Let me fix that. Get my other cousins on over here, and we're going to go ahead and get this thing popping, okay? What's going on, Instagram cousins? It is your girl, Dr. Worlds, and I am coming by real short, sweet, straight to the beat. You see what the title is. I'm going to go ahead and say hello to YouTube as well as Facebook. What's going on, all my beautiful people? Hope all is well with everybody, okay? There's a lot of things happening. There's a lot of things taking place. There's a lot of things people are going through. And I just want you to know before I get on here and start yapping about anything that I am thinking about you, if there is something that I could do for you that is in my control, then I will. If ain't nobody told you how much you are needed and appreciated, I will. And I need you to survive, okay? I need you to survive. Just know that. With that being said, I'm going to ask you kindly to go ahead and share this live stream. It's good to see some of you guys. Haven't been able to be on as often as I would like to. Many of you guys are already aware of, why I'm not able to be present as much as I would like to, but I do want to come by here and share something with you all. But before I get started yapping, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and share. I don't need nobody in the bushes peeping from the sidelines, okay? If something that I'm mentioning here on this live is not for you, it may very well be for somebody that you know. So I'm going to ask you kindly, if you're going to sit in the bushes, at least be productive. Share this with somebody, okay? Share this near and far. Tag somebody, invite somebody, share to your story, to your DM. Really doesn't matter. However you got to maneuver on these platforms, I'm going to ask you to take 30 seconds to do so really quickly, okay? I have already shared, so I'm not a hypocrite, okay? I practice what I preach, and now I'm asking you to take another 15 seconds to go ahead and share this with somebody that you know that just might need some direction, might need to know what's going on. Maybe they are blinded to what is happening around us. Maybe they are feeling hopeless because they don't feel like it's no way out. Okay? Share this with somebody. Share to your story, copy the link, send in a text message or email, doesn't matter. Okay? Make sure you sharing the truth. It's free. It helps me beat the algorithm, and also it helps me reach the people that is looking for me, that I'm sent for. With that being said, let me see if I want to go over some of these highlights first and foremost. I might not. I might just keep it, strictly business. But before I ever come by here and just tell y'all, hey, y'all want an opportunity to do this, do that, I always like to show receipts. Yeah, I'll show a couple of them. Let me show these ones I got up here, okay? Because every time I come by here, it's on purpose. It's never on no salesman type of stuff. It's always to say, hey, look, family, this is what's happening. This is what we need to be aware of. This is how we can get out of this situation. This is what will happen if you stay in this situation, okay? That's my sole focus. That's it, and that's all. I want to start off by leading with this. Not many people are aware just how much it is costing everyday Americans to just live. So I want to show you this as a visualization. I will turn the screen around over here on Instagram as well, so we all can see what type of timing we're on. Okay, this is some real math. This is the cost of survival in 2025. Of course, this is annually, okay? This is not monthly, this is annually, okay? If you have any child or children in the home that requires childcare, okay? Average family is spending $32,000, almost $33,000 every single year since 2024, predominantly in 2025, for one child. $32,773 to be exact. Housing, spending about $23,267 annually on just rental fees. Food, $14,717. Okay. Normally for a family 1 to 3, 14,000. Transportation, whether that's gas, insurance, or that is ride share, Uber, Lyft, you're paying $14,828. Healthcare, even if you got insurance plans, the deductibles, okay, the annual fees, the monthly fee to startup fee to get it started up, $10,567. Other essentials, toiletries, toothpaste, laundry detergent, hand soap, bar soap, whatever, paper towels, other essentials. Cell phone bill, $21,857. I was looking at the total, and while I was reading the amount of the other essentials, total is $118,009. Taxes on that is $18,500. Real poverty line is under $140,000. Real poverty line. And this come right off of Fox. These, professionals that are in economics, they have a tendency to know when we're going into a recession based on, the stats, the data, the trends. Now, if you ain't making $118,000 to just fork out, and the poverty below poverty, our real poverty line, is at 140,000. If you're not making 118,000, you are considered poor, impoverished poor. Look at where all of this money is going to. And none of this is going into your legacy. None of this will be beneficial to the generations that you are in care of, those that will follow behind you. All of this stuff is just daily necessities: childcare, housing, food, transportation, healthcare, other essentials. None of this has longevity. None of it can be passed down, handed to anybody. So basically, if you look at this chart that Fox News produced, based on the average American family, how much money they spending every year on things that are not generational, things that cannot be passed down, things that have nothing to do with your legacy, you a slave. They not even minimum wage people ain't making nowhere near no 118,000. And even if they are, what they're making is going back to the big boys. Okay? And if you are under that number, you up boo boo creek when they come for your job. You up boo boo creek when they keep on inflating the prices and your one income cannot sustain all of those expenses. So I'm going to lead with this. I'm going to give you a visualization of a realization. Next thing I want to do, and the reason why I'm leading with this is because we got some type of dang on nerve. If all of us is this close to being homeless, why wouldn't we help people that are crying out because they're homeless? Why would we turn a blinded eye to people that are homeless? Because maybe they make minimum wage and only doing 50 to 60,000. So the other 60,000, 50 to $60,000, they don't know where they're going to get that from. And this is what it's costing Americans every single year to just be able to live. How do we pass by and look down on people because they sleeping on the streets? Because they homeless with a sign saying they hungry, they have nowhere to stay, they have children, and we ride by, we pass by, we view posts, cries for help. Those are not just posts, cries for help. And this is what it is costing every American every year to be able to just live. Because as I said, nothing on that board, on that map, this ain't even living. They call it survival. Check that out. They say this is the real map of survival. This ain't even living. If we not making nowhere near this, then we're up boo boo creek, as my grandma used to say it, but the explicitive version. So how dare we turn a blinded eye when somebody is crying because they were not able to keep up with survival, just basic survival? Because people think they're doing something big until I show you this next chart. Let me grab it for you. Hold on. Uno momento. Let me show you this next chart. Let me show you this financial status chart, okay? Now, this is monthly income. Monthly income. Your monthly income. Let me turn this around so you can see this too. Okay? Your monthly income equals your financial status. Now it costs $118,000 in just basic necessities for survival, not even living. It says the real math of survival, how much American families are paying, which was the photo I showed you before. Now, this is how to tell what's your financial status. Are you poor? Do you have under $1,500 coming in a month? Because if you do, they ain't gonna show. Okay? If you do 1,500 times 12, it costs $118,000 a year. If you don't have child care, deduct the 32 from that. Okay? And you're still at about $80,000 to live. So all the other stuff, housing, transportation, all the other stuff, food, you need those. Essential, cell phone, toiletries, you need all of that. So if childcare doesn't apply to you, just mark that on off, deduct that. But we're going to go ahead and do some real math because we got a real problem. Okay? If you do 1,500 times 12, that's only $18,000 a year. And people who make under $1,500 a month are considered extremely poor. People who make $15,000 to $3,000 a month are considered low income. Take a screenshot. If you consider yourself to be stable, stably paid, you're doing about $3,000 to $4,500 a month. People who like, $3,000 to $4,500 a month, that's a lot of money. No, that's not. You stable. You mid. Not middle class, but mid. Okay? You got more than the poor man, and you dang on show got a little bit more than the low income. But you two brackets from being extremely poor. So you mid, stable. Middle class is for those making $4,500 to $6,000 a month. Those are those who make about 100 to 120K per year. And as you can see, the cost in America to live is $118,000 plus tax. And all middle class is making is 100 to 120K. They still broke. They still poor. If you can make 6,000 or you make 6,000 to 9,000, they call you comfortable. You comfortable. Okay? You 5 income brackets from extremely poor. So you comfortable. 9,000 to 12,000 is considered upper middle class. Upper middle class. If you're doing 12,000 to 25,000, you consider wealthy. You do $25,000 to $80,000 a month, you're considered rich. You do $1 million to $2 million per year, you're considered a millionaire. You do $2 million to $30 million, you're considered, this is per year now, multi-millionaire. You do $30 million to $1 billion per year, you're the ultra rich. $1 billion to $2 billion, you are a billionaire. This is yearly. And more than $2 billion, you're a multi-billionaire. Now, my question to you is, which one is you? Take a good look. This is your adult report card. This is for you to take the mirror and look at yourself and see where you at. Are you poor, low income, stable, middle class, comfortable, upper middle class, wealthy, rich, millionaire, multi-millionaire, ultra rich, billionaire, or multi-billionaire? Which one are you? Let me know in the comments below. And then y'all wonder why I come by here and tell y'all this is the reason why you need to have extra income. This is the reason why you need to have multiple streams of income. Because if you're only doing $1,500 a month, you, my friends, are poor, extremely poor. If you think you balling and you making 1,000 to 3,000, you still just low income. You're a step above extremely poor. If you like, no, I'm doing 3,000 to 4,500 on my paycheck, that is called stable, but you still broke, right? It costs $118,000 to survive. Y'all take a screenshot. I'm gonna come back to this in a minute. We're gonna go in between the two. Now, they said, here's the real math of survival right here. And that was the financial status that we just took off the screen to see where you fall at. Poor, low income, stable, comfortable, wealthy, rich, middle class, upper middle class. Which one are you? This is what it costs to survive. $118,000 in America. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you doing let's just see, 4,500 times 12, you still only at $54,000 a year. If you're bringing in $4,500 a month, you're still at $54,000 a year. It costs you to survive 118,000. That's terrible. This is dangerous. Y'all better pay attention. Okay? If you're doing $10,000 a month, you only at $120,000 a year. Just doing $10,000 a month. And look how much it costs. Childcare, housing, food, transportation, healthcare, and other essentials yearly is $118,000 in 2025. Which means if you're doing 20,000, okay, if you're doing $20,000 months, you're now at 240,000 a year. If you minus 240,000 minus 118,000, you still at 122,000 surplus. After your bills, after all of your essentials, after all of your necessities are taken care of, you still up 122,000. Anybody that's not making $10,000 to $20,000 a year ain't gonna make it. I mean, a month ain't gonna make it. And this ain't according to me. This is according to economics. This is according to, people that study this stuff, people that know the numbers, people that's counting and watching the analytics. This is according to them, not me. So with that being said, how dare we turn a blinded eye to those that are homeless and struggling? I'm highly bothered, but it's okay because I told God all about it and told God about the people who looked upon the post of a woman with her children and two innocent babies being out on the streets, losing their shelter after her husband, her companion, her protector, her provider passed away. People looked upon that. It didn't bother them. They can care less. And that's crazy work. Especially when we are all this close to tapping out, to being homeless. You understand? That's why we should be making sure we have multiple streams of income coming in that would reach at least $10,000 to $20,000 a month. When people offer you opportunities, you wouldn't say, hey, it's Christmas time. I can catch that later on. These presents are more important. Now, I need to learn that because all of this stuff is coming for me. All of this stuff is coming for me. Let me see if I want to share anything else. I might don't. I might too. Let me see real quick. I definitely wanted to start with that. Let me share this last one. Yeah, let me share this last one right here. Okay. If Elon Musk, because y'all know, well, if you don't know, I'm about to put you up on game. Okay. Some of you go look up yourself. I think maybe 3 days ago, they did a piece on Elon Musk, congratulating him on his multi-billion-dollar status. He went from being a billionaire to a multi-billionaire. Okay. I'm gonna put the income chart back on here, um, so you can see clearly, according to that chart, what his financial status is. But Elon Musk is now a multi-billionaire, right? And it says if Elon Musk was really making his 600 billion in 1 year, that is 1.6 billion dollars a day. That's how much that man makes a day. He makes $68 million an hour. He makes $1.1 million a minute. And you know what? Elon Musk is a human being. He's no different than anybody. Brother ain't even got a degree, ain't even got, I mean, some of the people that follow me have degrees and all kinds of stuff. He ain't got no degree. He had an idea. And his idea solved a global problem. People want to know how to get to the moon, how to get people unstuck when they go to the moon, doing things they should not be doing, but how to get people unstuck, how to get people there, and how to bring people back, how to save the earth with our self-driving vehicles, how to get ahead of the curve so I'm not behind. Why did he start making self-driving emission vehicles years ago? Because they had insight. He got ahead of the game before they ever even need electric vehicles. I'm going to go ahead and create one. That way, when they realize how much, emissions they're putting out in the airway and smog and, respiratory issues and all of that stuff, I'll have a solution to their problem. Still have a nice fancy car, and it's electric. And that made that man a billionaire. First thing he acquired was a payment platform called PayPal. And then he sold that and took all of his money and bought big rims and bought fancy houses and splurged it with all of his poor college brothers and sisters and a fraternity. No. He took all of that money and invested all of that money into Tesla. Tesla is not even his own idea. Tesla is owned by somebody else, but he bought it. So now it's owned by him. Twitter was owned by somebody else, started by somebody else, but now it's owned by him. SpaceX was started and owned by somebody else, but now it's owned by him. Why? Because there's money long enough to buy whatever he wants, whenever he wants, however he wants. Look at how much money he makes a minute. How much he make an hour. How much money he makes a day. Do you know how many lives he can change just on that note? How many lives can Elon Musk change every single day? How many lives could you change every single day if every single day you made $1.6 billion? How many lives? How much good could you do? Excuse me. How much good could you do? How many moves could you make making $1.6 billion a day? I want to know. Because people out here going through some stuff. And Elon Musk ain't no different than nobody else. You hear me? Nobody else. He's a human being that took an idea. First of all, he took advantage of an opportunity. Let me get ahead. While everybody is doing this, I'm going to be over here with my idea, figuring out how to solve people's future problems. How to solve people's future problems. So he took an idea and turned that idea into a solution. And then he took the monies to solve more people's problems. And now everywhere, in every every country, excuse me, Elon Musk is there. Whether it's through his internet, Starlink, where he can provide internet access in war-torn countries and, self-driving vehicles. Excuse me. Self-driving vehicles, all of the things that he did, this man made $1.6 billion. So if he had to spend $118,000 per year, it wouldn't bother him. But majority of my following, this right here is suffocating you. You want to know why you can't get ahead? Look at the screen. You want to know why you're suffering? Look at the screen. Want to know why times are so hard? Why it seems like you can't break through? Why you want more? You're miserable. Having to work just to look at what it costs you to survive, not live. Not thrive, not have an abundance, not leave a legacy. None of these things on the screen. None of them. You can leave behind to anybody. None of them on the screen is building generational wealth, where if something happened to you today, your family would still be all right in your absence. Nothing. Nothing is legacy to say you did that. My mama did that. My daddy did that. My grandma did that. My grandpa did that. Nothing. Everything on the screen is for right now. And who benefits? Them. Of course you get to eat. It ain't even real food. It ain't even 100% food. Of course you get to eat. We'll feed you because we need you working, bringing us more money in. Okay? We need your kids in childcare. You got to pay us for housing. How are we paying that much money for something we will never own? Something we will never own. While they get to leave legacy for their families. They own real estate. You're renting from them. Transportation, billion-dollar industry. I come by here and tell my cousins all the time, look, if you're going to play in the game, you might as well participate. I'm not going to be the only one. Let me ask y'all something, and let me put it this way. If I'm in a relationship with Marcus, and it's called a relationship for a reason, we both supposed to be reciprocated. I'm supposed to love Marcus. Marcus is supposed to love me. I'm supposed to have Marcus back. Marcus is supposed to have my back. That's a relationship. When I'm talking to Marcus, Marcus is supposed to talk back to me. That's a relationship. How is it that you get to go to work, do the work, make the money to pay back the people who giving you the money to come and do the work, and then overpricing you to where you have nothing left for yourself? And all you can do is be in survival mode. It's very stressful to be in survival mode. So now you're subtracting time from your life because you're trying to survive. You're not even enjoying the life that God gave you, enjoying the family God gave you, enjoying the places that God has created for you. You're not enjoying that because all you're trying to do is pay rent, pay childcare, so you can go to work, so you can have rent. You don't own no property. Okay, you don't own the food supply, but you gotta buy food. You don't own anything in the transportation space, so you gotta pay for transportation. I always say, if you're gonna get in this game, you should participate. I'm not gonna be the only one spending money. And you're not going to be the only one making money. If I'm going to spend it, I'm going to make it so I can keep spending it, right? And I'm going to leverage y'all money because there is ways to leverage y'all money. That way I ain't got to get out here in these streets and use my time, my muscle, and my sweat to make money, to pay y'all back money that I made and that you paid me that belongs to you. You just gave me a note. That's all you did. You gave me a note. You gave me a promissory note. That's it. That's all you did. I'm paying you back. That's why I can't have what I need for me and my family, because I'm paying you back. I'm going to work, making me think I'm doing something. I don't even have enough to live my life. I don't even have enough to live my dreams, to buy the things that I really want to buy for myself, to provide the lifestyle I really desire to provide for my family, because I'm paying y'all back. The very people that's paying me to do the work, I'm paying y'all back. That's crazy work. Okay? Crazy. And that is one of the reasons why we should not turn blinded eyes to anybody reaching out and asking for help, because it's hard. And millions are on the brink of breaking. When I get done with the timeline that I'm doing and the assignment that I'm out here on, you're not going to even, this is crazy. Let me see if I can send y'all some photos. I'm definitely going to, I'm definitely documenting this. I'm doing something totally different now. I've realized the error in my way. I've realized that what God has done for all of us is giving us an ability to wake up every day and choose to be his hands and his feet. Every day. Every day he has chosen for us to be his hands and his feet. And if we living in America, I can't show that one. Hold on. Let me just show y'all a couple. But I'm creating something because I'm on a newfound mission. And I will be the one that will stand in the gap and advocate for the poor, the homeless, the destitute. Because there's millions on the brink of breaking. Millions. There's millions that are already broken. And I'm going to show you some real life footage of them. Because we forget, especially when we go to work and we come back home in our house, hey, nothing is bothering us. We're not homeless. We can care less. The devil is a liar. You can't even roll with me. You can't even hang on my timeline if this doesn't bother you. If you can pass by people asking for help, children with no shoes on, you're sick. That's just all I know. You're sick. And I don't want to have nothing to do with that. If you can go home and cook you something to eat, knowing that somebody that you just passed by said, do you have $1 because I'm hungry? And it's so quick to be like, people can work. You can work. You know? You need to go get a job. You don't know why people are out there on the street. That ain't none of your dang on business. Just know in your lowest, somebody cared. Just know in your your most vulnerable moment, somebody stopped and thought about you. Seriously. Let me send these to myself. This is what I'm going to share, and then I am going to um, I'm going to share this, and then I'm going to share a couple opportunities. Hold on, let me share these because y'all got to see this. These are just a few of a lot of heartbreak. Okay, let me pull this up for you real quick. Can you imagine? Can y'all imagine if it costs Americans $118,000 per year? That last chart I just showed you on housing, transportation, food, child care, and other non-essentials. Can you imagine? You living in the richest country on the earth, and this is how you living. Because I couldn't. Cold. It's cold. It's cold. Okay? Here go two more. They living under this tree with baskets, tarps, whole life belongings in this basket, brooms to sweep the street so that they can lay their blanket on the ground and sleep there. Hold on. Sleeping on the ground. These are not old people, drug addicts. These are families. This is a mother and a daughter. On the ground. On the ground. This is a little cart full with the stuff that they can carry. Okay? I shared this with y'all, and some people, 6 people, I'm still counting how many people really gonna respond. Had all their belongings put out, and they moved it under a parking garage, number 11, to keep what they did have so they didn't lose that. And sleep on the couch. Okay? They got children. Here's a blanket sleeping on this couch in the cold. The 6 people that did come through, we were able to get them a hotel room for 2 days. But what happens after the 2 days? Huh? Small children, 1 year old, and I thought it was 3-year-olds, 2 years old. Look at this. No shoes. No shoes. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Meanwhile, you can go in your closet and grab you some kicks. Okay? These are kids. Homeless. This is a young person. Homeless. And clearly somebody gave them some shoes to keep them from walking barefooted because those shoes are too big. But this is their whole life. That's all they got. Look at this. And now do you understand why? I have not been able to have rest. I have been so vexed in my spirit. How did we get here, and how did we forget? Because it's not on the government to take care of these people. God commanded us. And if you think about it, if I got my roof for today, my rent is paid, I have food, I have electricity, I have clean clothes, I have shoes I can go put on. If I got an extra $20 sitting in my purse, that's extra. It's $20 somebody don't have. But because I got what I need, I don't need this. Because my needs are taken care of. Can you imagine? This is a woman. Okay? Just in case you did not know, this is a woman. This is a woman. A very young woman. And that's what they got. They blankets, they bottles. Okay? No shoes, bro. It ain't just blacks. It ain't just whites. No coats. No pants. Okay? Mother and daughter with a blanket trying to eat something hot. And you know they cold because they have hoods and whatever you call it, scarves. It's cold. Look at the frost on the tree. This is so devastating. Okay? So devastating. It's unbelievably devastating. I don't think enough attention is on this. I know God is not pleased. I know God is not pleased. You want to know why God is not pleased? I don't care if y'all want to hear this truth or this scripture or not. I'm about to pull it up, okay? I'm about to pull it up. Hold on. And I'm almost done. This blew my mind when I read this. This blew my mind when I read this. Let me see if I can take one of these things. One of these. Hold on, let me pull something down. Let me get that out of here. That one out of there. That one out of there. Okay, here we go. This is what I want y'all to see right here. I want y'all to see this right here. This blew my mind when I read this. This blew my mind. How many of y'all think Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because of its perversions? People love to talk about Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh, because they were gays and the men try to sleep with the angels. That's why Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. No, it was not. A key reason Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed, according to the Bible, the prophets like Ezekiel, was for their profound lack of charity, specifically failing to help the poor and needy, showing their arrogance and practicing detestable acts, which included grave inhospitality and attempted sexual violence against visitors, leading to God destroying them when not even 10 righteous people could be found. So most people run with the narrative that Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed because it was full of sodomites. They did not help the poor people. And they lacked compassion. They were full of arrogance. All they thought about was themselves, indulging themselves. Why do you think Christ himself said people who do not feed him, clothe him, visit him while he's sick, give him something to drink, is going to hell. That's Matthew 25. I can read the scripture off my membrane because I done read it so many times. Those who do right by the least of these, that's what he said, will enter at his right hand and say, come, enter for a place that I have prepared for you. But the people who ignored the people that were hungry, the people that were thirsty, the people that were in prison, the people that were sick, the people that were naked, is going to hell. I don't care if you like it or not. I didn't say it, he did. That's how deep this thing is. That's how deep it is. I want to take y'all somewhere else, okay? I want to take y'all somewhere else real quick. Because when I start reading this and I started figuring this out and finding out that tithes is not what makes me blessed, giving to my church is not what makes me blessed, but giving to God's people is what makes me blessed. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. I'm going to show y'all something because people be trying to wonder why they suffer and struggle, and people want to know why they cursed. People want to know why they sick. Let me show y'all this. Ezekiel. I want to say it's Ezekiel 8. Okay? Oh, it's 7:19. This phrase refers to a prophecy in the book of Ezekiel in the Bible, specifically Ezekiel 7:19. We're going to read it. It describes a time of extreme judgment, panic, and famine where material wealth becomes useless and is treated as worthless trash. Now, why would God do something, such a thing like that? In 7:19, it says he gonna make people money just be, they gonna lose their money, basically, in our terminology. He said they shall cast their silver in the streets and their gold shall be removed from them. He gonna take it away from them, and it's gonna be worthless. They gonna come to a collapse in a blink of an eye. Okay, all they wealth, all they money, all they resources gonna come to nothing in a blink of an eye. But check out why he said that. They will throw their money in the streets, tossing it out like worthless trash. The verse states this happened because their wealth was a stumbling block of their iniquity. It led them into sin and idolatry. Okay? The gold and the silver will not be able to save them from the day of the wrath of the Lord. It will not satisfy their hunger or fill their stomachs because there will be no food available to buy during their siege. Now, God is talking about where people, money will become worthless and they will not even be able to use the money for anything. And you want to know why? I'm going to just tell you to go read why. How many of y'all can guess? Put it in the chat. Blessings to everybody. Great evening, great evening, great evening. Much love. Shalom. Blessings to my cousins. Why do you think God said, look, I'm going to take your money away from you and throw it in the street, and now you ain't going to be able to eat? Your money ain't even going to be worth nothing to buy. You're going to starve to death. There will be famine, and nothing will be able to save you, not even your money, from the wrath of the Lord. You want to know why he got so angry? Because they failed to help the poor. They money and they greed and they selfishness led them into sin and idolatry. They wouldn't share. They wouldn't share. Y'all gonna read Ezekiel 7. Okay? I'm gonna take y'all somewhere else just to help you in your personal time. Principles over anything. If you get God's principles and you implement his principles, I don't care if you a heathen or a son or a daughter, they will still work for you. This is why the rich are ultra rich. They go get all them billions of dollars and they do give back. I don't care if it's in America or abroad. They give back. Charity. And guess what? They always go find the poor, the Africans, the Egyptians, all they go give back. They give clean water. They give clothes, food, rice bowls. That's why. Let me go show you. When you give to the poor. Scriptures. The Bible has many verses about giving to the poor with key passages like Matthew 6:3, emphasizing secret giving. Okay? But no, I want to take you to some in particular. Start right here with 20 verses about helping the poor. Okay? Psalms 82:3 says, defend the weak and the fatherless. Uphold the cause of the poor and the oppressed. Especially for you demons mad about me coming on here consistently telling y'all people is poor. Hey, poor alert, help alert, urgent alert, 911 alert, God is calling us alert to be his hands, especially for y'all. Defend them. The fatherless, children without fathers, single mothers, okay? Uphold the cause of the poor. Make your voice loud for them. Don't forget about them. They need help. They need help. And we are not to forget them. I know that the Lord secures justice for the poor and upholds the cause of the needy. Look. Whoever oppresses the poor shows contempt for their maker. You hate God when you don't look out for his people. But whoever is kind to the needy honors God. When you overlook the poor, when you ignore the poor, let me show you what God said he'll do to you. It is a sin to despise one's neighbor. But blessed is the one who is kind to the needy. It is a sin. It's a sin. Look what God says he'll do. I know them by heart, so I can just run through them, okay? These are promises. When you lend to the poor, okay? When you lend to the poor, guess who you lending to? Whoever is kind to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will reward them for what they have done. If you help the poor, you are helping the Lord, and he will repay you. Whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay you. Okay? Y'all got to use the restroom? I'm going to change spots. Hi, Redemption. My kids are coming in. I'm doing great. How are you? Go use the restroom so I can switch spots. 1 second, because we just getting warmed up. Okay? When you give to the poor, you're giving to God. And he will repay you. Period. I don't know why people are stingy. It says, be careful. See, most people, be careful who you entertain. I'm going to explain the scripture right here. I don't need AI to try to interpret nothing. Okay? Hebrews 13:2, right here. Okay? Do not forget to entertain strangers. If this thing don't stop glitching, hold on, y'all. For some have entertained angels unaware. You don't know if God put that poor woman or poor man in your path to take note and see if you're going to do right by the Lord. You don't know who's an angel. Who you entertaining? That's why you should be kind to everybody. You got $1 today? No, I ain't got $1 today. That could be the Lord taking note to see if you're really down here doing kingdom business. Hold on, you guys. I'm going to put on a timer so I can move into the other room, okay? Because my kids are here and they have their phones blasting and all of that. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. And don't go nowhere. I'm not going to take the whole 5 minutes, but give me a minute. Oh, hold on, y'all. Hold on. I hit the wrong button. All right, y'all. My apologies. I had to make sure I just shift to another room so I can let my kids. But we ain't supposed to just turn a blinded eye to people because you never know who God has sent to check your temperature. We are not supposed to play like we don't see sufferings. We're not supposed to play like we don't see somebody struggling. That is inhumane. You do not belong to God when you do that. Forget not to show love to strangers, for thereby some have entertained angels unaware. Period. Let's look at this. Want to know why so many people sick and dying? Look, when you lend to the poor, the Lord will visit you on your. Check this out. Okay. This phrase comes from the Bible, primarily Psalms 41:3. Read it. Which promises. It's a promise to you that God will sustain you and restore those who show compassion to the poor, strengthening them and making them healed on their sickbed as a reward for their kindness, connecting, helping the needy with divine favor and healing. You don't even know the benefits. Why do God tell us to do these things? If you learn God's principles and use them, you would never, ever want anything. You would never, ever lack anything. You will never, ever even be sick. Do you know if something happened to somebody in your family and it was a life or death situation, and because you pay alms and give to the poor, that you can go to God on your behalf or their behalf and say, wait a minute, hold on, Your words say right here, and you are not a man that you should lie, nor the son of man that you should repent. You said this right here, so I'm in expectation that you're going to heal my loved one, that you're going to heal me. I'm in expectation because your word said it, and I don't receive nothing less than what you said. Period. God had to honor that. He got to 100%. Because that's his word. And he's not a man that he shall lie, nor the son of man that he shall repent. Listen at this. I'm going to just give y'all a couple more, then I'm going to share with y'all some opportunities, okay? When you ignore the poor, God ignores you. Some be like, man, I've been praying for a long time, asking God to help me. When you ignore the poor, God ignores you, is a core biblical principle, especially from Proverbs 21:13. It states that ignoring the needy's cries means your own prayers for help will go unanswered. As God values compassion and justice, linking our treatment of the vulnerable to our relationship with him. He says in Proverbs, whoever shuts his ears to the cries of the poor will find heaven silent when they are the ones crying out. Period, point blank. God don't even answer your prayers when you can't meet the prayers of those who are crying and asking for help. Okay. I don't know who this devil is, Wesley Curry. Okay. Don't know you, but I'm going to send you right back to where you were sent from. Okay. And then I'm going to send you back like this. Satan, the Lord rebukes you. It's always a devil that will pop up and try to say fraud about the scriptures. This is not something that I said. This is something that the Bible has said. Okay. So you have a blessed day. Now, I'm not even going to bid you Godspeed because I don't bid devils Godspeed, okay? And only a devil will come and try to speak contrary to what God's word is saying. And it's also an indicator, so thank you for showing up. Whenever truth is going out, a devil will always try to come and show his ugly face and rear his ugly head so people don't receive the message from God. Okay, let me put you on the ban block list and you are not eligible for parole. Hello. Now, back to what the word of God says, not Tawana. What I'm telling you is what God showed me and told me. This is how I got out of poverty. If you want to know the secret to wealth, it's right here. I do not ignore the poor. I will go to bats. I will lose friendship with you behind the poor. Period, point blank. Because those are God's people. And that's why he said you will always have them amongst you. So you will always have an opportunity to minister to the Lord by helping his people. Let me share one more with you, okay? You want to be religious? You want to have the perfect relationship with God? Look what he's saying. Pure and undefiled religion before our God is to visit the orphans and widows in their tribulations, to help the poor, to help the widows, to help the orphans, those that are without mother and father, to help the widows, the elderly people that are without their husbands or their wives. That's why. We cannot turn a blinded eye to the people, or we cannot be like, oh, we don't need to build for us. Oh, well. God is calling us to build for us and other people. He's using you because you still have the momentum to do it. You still have the the fortivity to do it. You still have the ability. You still have the strength to do it. He's not letting you live because you're beautiful. He's not letting you live because you're his favorite. He is keeping you alive because you have a purpose. Millions are suffering by the hands of evil people, and millions are poor. Did y'all just see them images that I showed y'all? That's only in one city. That's only in one city. And it's overwhelming. Do you understand me? Overwhelming. It's so much that one person is so much. It's going to take a tribe of people, real talk. And I see why this is happening. I see why this is happening. We're going to go back to this thing, and I'm going to leave it up here while I offer you some opportunities. This is a husband and a wife. God bless them. You know, many children have been lost to the system because parents just simply can't afford to live here in America anymore. The parents simply can't afford to live here. This is their belongings. They trying to huddle up with their signs and ask people that will pass by them, can you help? And we think God is blessing us. No, he's not. You have not even begun to witness God's blessings. Okay? When you can get people and take them off the streets, good Samaritans, let's read that story. Okay? Let's read that story because this is a real story. This had me tripped out. For 2 days, I have been in distress about this. Real talk. For 2 days. I say, God, why do you be sending people? I have helped a lot of people. And right now I'm in the middle of urgently helping someone. I mean, we've been on the move more than I can even count in the last couple of days. It's like the moment that I say, we're going to get stable right here for a couple of days. And we're dealing with a level of evil that is evil. This evil wants you to unalive it. It's like one of them type of evils, like seeing something that you just beating them to the ground, and then they lay there for a minute, they jump back up, and you gotta beat them some more, beat them. You think you didn't disarm them, they jump back up. Evil. Deranged evil. So we're moving. Just trying to be safe. But this right here has taken the cake. And I thank God for thinking I'm coming down here on one assignment, and it's a whole nother assignment. Thank you, God. Because I got to be real. We have a nonprofit organization. We had this nonprofit organization since 2006. But when we started the nonprofit organization, we started it from our food stamps. We take $100 extra food stamps, and we would only be able to feed so many people, help so many people, right? We asked people for help. They would ignore it. I would cry. We would go out to give out 100 hot dogs, chips, sodas, just so they can eat. Then people be like, can I get some? Because I know I'm not going to eat for another 2 or 3 days. Can I get 10 of those? You have to tell them, no, I can't give you 10 because we want to make sure at least everybody get one. And then at the end of the line, there's another 100 people who don't get to eat. Oh, God, I used to cry so bad. I used to tell God, whenever you gave it to me, God, whenever you gave it to me, Lord, whenever you give it to me, God, I promise you, I promise you, I promise you. And he gave it to me, right? I can tell on myself. Now, we still pay rent. We got a building. It's in one little community. We hooked up with the Chamber of Commerce, so they send their kids to us. It's mainly for young people because we don't want no young people going to school getting bullied because they don't got on the right clothes, and we don't want no young person on the streets because a single mom or their single dad can't provide provision for them. So that is the extent that our nonprofit. We have people that will come in once a month. So many people that we can help once a month. They fill out a form and say, hey, they need diapers or hey, they need this or whatever for their family. We provide that. Rent is behind, we provide that. That's why you don't see us coming out here often saying, hey, can you help? Right? Being that we are out of state and we have to make sure while we are out here, we don't have a home here. We don't live here anymore. So we have to make sure we eat. We have to make sure we have a place to stay. I've never come to this internet and say, can y'all help me? Okay. I think I did here recently when our tire popped and they was trying to be racist towards us. Got that on camera too. A lot of stuff I haven't been able to share. And then they locked up my Chase account because I'm in another state. And they talking about fraudulent activity on my card. What? That was the only time. And I believe two people actually cared enough that broke me. And that's why I don't ask people for anything. Because I can't come to you in need and say, I need something and then get crapped on like that. That's devastating to me. Right? But we taking the resources and the skills and we putting everybody on, hey, this is how you go get a bag, this is how you go get this is how you go get that. And guess what happened? The homeless ministry, like us hitting the streets. We were in the middle of Skid Row where there's thousands of homeless people while I was pregnant both times with Redeem. Redeem had been out there serving our brothers and our sisters since he came out the womb, and so have the girls. But as far as street ministry, it's been a while. It's been a while. And coming out here was just like, Tawana, you forgot what you said. You forgot that these are the real people that really need me. They need some hope. They need some encouragement. They need to know that I have not forgotten about them and I can't be in every place at one time. So now I have a newfound ministry. I mean, it's not newfound, it's just back to the basics. Okay, it's just back to the basics. But I can be transparent. I've been weeping and vexed in my spirit because for years, like 2 years now, we would always go out and do community events, you know, bring them all, give them summer jobs for the summer. We would go and make connections with other business owners so we can help the young people be able to make them some revenue for the summer. They can come there and do the work for the business, get them some skill, get them some experience, and we would pay them. That way, when they go back to school, they wouldn't have to worry about having holy clothes on, different things of that sort. We've been doing that. But as far as hitting the streets, which you see on the screen, we ain't did that in a couple of years. So this was very humbling and hurtful. Because I'm over here thinking I'm doing the big one. God, I'm helping your people. I'm showing them what to do. He like, you forgot about these ones. You forgot about these ones. And these ones are very near and dear to my heart. And right now, what we're battling is a Santa Claus demon versus helping your neighbor. If it's costing Americans $118,000 a year, let me go back to that. If it's costing Americans $118,000 a year in stuff that ain't even gonna help your children, your future, your finances later on, only thing you doing is working. to pay them back. And they say this is the real math of survival, not the real math of living, the real math of survival. This is how much it costs to survive every year. Paying for stuff you don't own, food that ain't really healthy for you, okay? Healthcare, because you eating the food that ain't healthy for you. You wearing your body out, so now you need healthcare. Child care, because you got to go clock in. Kids got to go be babysat by somebody. Don't matter who it is. I need to make this money so I can pay these people back. And the cost of survival every year is $118,000 plus $18,000 in taxes. If you're not making $10,000 at least a month, which is $120,000 a year, you are poor. Real pissy poor, as my grandma used to say. You pissy, piss poor. And you just one paycheck away from being like them people that I just shared on the screen. This is why it's important to have multiple streams of income. Making $3,000 or $4,500 a month is only making $56,000 a year, $54,000 a year. And it costs $118,000 to survive. Do the math. You need more streams. I have always tried to get when you ask. First time was the elderly lady whose husband asked her, yes, sister, you have. I agree. So you know that I come to their rescue. I come to their rescue. When they put that lady's stuff out and her husband left her with that little baby, her own neighbor wouldn't go down there and lift a finger, me and my husband and Regine, when it helped that lady and helped her for days, let her put her stuff in our garage, made sure she had a hotel, helped her get 3 U-Hauls. She had to have 3 U-Hauls and 4 storage facilities, unit rentals for her stuff. You remember the other lady. Now, I didn't even raise help for this lady, but there was another lady who pulled up. We gave her $500. That was the elderly lady who said she had just told God that day she was going to go ahead and take herself on out. All of that stuff is on my TikTok. All of that stuff is on my TikTok. But let me show you how long we've been doing this. Hold on. Let me show y'all. Because I got receipts. Y'all know I keep the receipts. I keep the receipts. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. And I'm almost done. Not going to hold y'all here too long. Hold on. They got all my new videos up here now. I see. Hold on. Let me go up here to my videos. Y'all see your girl 16 years ago. 16 years ago. I've had this channel for a very long time. Okay. 16 years ago. This was us feeding the homeless. Okay. 16 years ago. Let me see if I can go down. They got it mixed up with old and new. Hold on 1 second. because there's a lot more. Lots more. Let's see if I can filter it. It's my other channel, so y'all. All right, let me just go up to the top and filter this because ain't no way. Hold on. Okay, let me go to the oldest. There we go. For those who don't think I ain't been true to this for a long time, you about to see. Okay? I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I'm a real life servant of God. I raised my children not just in religion. I raised my children in the service of the Lord. You see, 17 years ago, train up a child. These are my two deceased boys. These are my daughters. I didn't just let them dress any old kind of way, do any old kind of thing. No. This was me 16 years ago, my first book, speaking about my first book. Okay. This is a homeless ministry. This man named Modesto, we would go out and feed this man, help this man get back home to his family. He was stranded in another state away from his children. We got enough funds, sent him back on a Greyhound. This is a man who didn't speak nothing but English. And he would say, Gracias, Jesus Christos. You love me. You send my friends every day to give me comida. I'll let you hear what he's going to say. I know what he's going to say.
Go ahead.
Let me know.
Okay.
Thank you, God, for this day. I'm hungry. You come in here, give me food to me. I love you a little more today.
Amen. Amen.
Years. We've been doing this for years, for a very, very long time. Okay. We have lots of videos of us going out doing street ministry. Okay. Same thing we do.
Kind of to explain what we're doing, we are getting ready to feed our brothers and sisters. The ministry that we have is Feed My Sheep Street Ministry. We go out and we feed the brothers and sisters of Kansas City, Missouri. And I really kind of wanted to do a video because we do not have enough food before. There are a lot of people that's going to show up and we're going to have to turn them away. And I just really believe as brothers and sisters in the Lord.
We didn't have enough food. These people.
I'm sorry, you guys. Sorry.
We have to
you honestly go without eating. Prayer, we're definitely pray and touch and agree with you all as well. I'm gonna turn around. This is my husband feeding the people.
For years. It's not nothing that is new to us. Something that God called us to do. And honestly, we got away from it. I'm not ashamed to say that. It's embarrassing. It's hurtful. But I thank God that He is merciful. And He is forgiving. And He is just. And He is loving. And now we just have it on a bigger scale. So I'm doing something completely new. I'm building a tribe of people who want to do this with me. God wants us buying land and real estate and getting our brothers off the streets. He wants us starting food pantries. He wants us to have provision for people who need food, who need resources, who need clothing, who need housing, who need mental health, maybe deliverance, maybe love, some therapy, to really be His hands and His feet. Okay. I didn't even took it up a notch and got off my high horse, if that's what you want to call it. Because I said, God, if these people don't want to help your people, I will go and drive Uber, DoorDash, Postmates, Grubhub, Uber Eats. I don't care. And I will go donate 3 to 4 hours of my time every day. And whatever I make, I will go and donate it to the homeless. But do you know how many hours I would spend doing that? He told me today because he had me reach out to a person in particular so we can do kingdom. Okay? Still ain't heard back from him at all. And I told God, the people that have it in their position, in their possessions to do for other people, the excuse be, oh, I got to think about this, or I got to go see about this. Either way it go, the resources is going to be gone. And then you're going to fail to do what God asked you to do. And you're going to stand and give an account. But God, could you please surround and send the people? Because I do not want to be gathered with a single soul that has a heart or a mindset like that at all. It don't belong to you to begin with. It's not yours. You are a steward over God's resources. And he's watching you. Okay? So since I have this newfound mission, okay, it's really not new. Like I said, I'm saying it in that terminology, but clearly I just showed you we've been doing this for a very long time. You go to Facebook, you can see Redeem, you can see us, you can go type it in, Skid Row Ministry, Tawana. I mean, I go down there and minister to these people, not just feed them, minister with them, sit with them. Most people don't know that's how I got my doctorates. You can't just know the letter of the law. You have to actually have the experience. You have to be known in the community. Your children have to be well-mannered in order for you to get a doctorate in anything. Most people don't know why I have doctor on my name. Yes, I did go to medical school and I have a degree in medical assisting. But I did not follow suit with that because I didn't feel called. I really believe that God only allowed me to go to school and get my degree so that when my son died and they said, your son suffered 4 myocardial infarctions, I would know that my son suffered 4 heart attacks and I would not be ignorant of medical terminology when they use it. I believe that is a sole purpose. God gave me the desire to want to go be in the medical field because I don't even like seeing my own blood. And you have to draw blood, you have to do all of the things that I'm really not comfortable doing. But my doctorates come from execution and knowing what the Word of God says and doing what the Word of God says. I have a doctorate in divinity, not in anything else. So because I'm back on my basic, not doing this new improved mission, I'm just back to business. That's what I'm going to call it. Back to helping. I'm going to ask a few of you guys that are on here, would you kindly mind helping to get this family another night at the hotel? I said, how come we can't put them up in a hotel until Sunday? Still need to know when the last one-point workshop will take place in the barter. It's going to be this weekend. I was trying to do it Tuesday and trying to do it Wednesday. It's going to be this weekend for sure. Okay. And like I said, just trying to find a stable place because we've been dealing with a lunatic. There's no other word to call it. I'm not calling God's children lunatics, but this is a lunatic. Straight up. This is a real life lunatic that we're dealing with. I never experienced something like this. So this is a new challenge for me. Okay. And keeping the person, I believe you know who I'm talking about, Sister Teresa. If you don't, I will message you and let you know. 1000% what it really is, so you know. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. But I believe you do. You have a great sense of discernment, and hopefully you kind of like read in between the lines, like what it is, without me saying a whole bunch on this here internet. But it will be this weekend. Okay. What I wanted to share with you guys before I go, and I literally got like 10, 15 minutes. These will be only on live, while I'm live only opportunities. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I will never beg a single soul. I think some people get a kick out of seeing people begging. It gives them something to talk about. And I don't mind people talking about me. They're gonna talk about you whether you do good or whether you're doing bad. But what I do have an issue is, please don't sit and see nobody crying for help. You can talk your trash all you want to. But please don't sit and see nobody crying for help. And please don't sit and see nobody destitute and you don't do anything. Some people, it's in their ability and it's in the capacity for them to be able to do exceedingly more than the next person. Some people, it's only in their capacity to do a little. Some people have this woman's hotel fee, the Good Samaritan, for a whole month. God has given them the resources to do so. And they will not budge. They will say, okay, here go $40, here go $50. And it does not solve the problem. Because the next day they're going to need a problem. They're going to have the same problem. I don't have nowhere to go today. If we get the room for them for a day, then where they going tomorrow at checkout time? We get the room for them tomorrow. Where they going the next day at checkout time? Do I have any of y'all, okay, on here that is willing to help these babies for a couple of days? Have a hotel room. I'm going to just ask y'all first and foremost, who cares about the holidays? Who cares about them? It's another way for big business to get bigger in their bank account and you to get smaller in yours. Who cares about the holidays? Can I have a couple of y'all that would commit to help me get them a room for another day? Yes or no? And then I have some opportunities. If you don't want to, hey, I don't want to give anybody anything, fine. You give an account to God on that. But I also have something we can barter, because those are not my thoughts and those are not my actions. And I thank God that He has given me the ability to have a roof over my head here and back at home. Food. I thank Him for that. But somebody else does not. Somebody else does not. And I want to advocate for them. Wish I could help every person that I just showed you on the screen. Wish more people would come alongside of me and help me help other people. But until we get there, this family in particular has been laid on my heart. The lady is old. She cannot even walk on her own. When she stood up and I saw it, she had been standing and or sitting in feces. I was heartbroken. She needs clothes. Sure, clean underwears, But I pray that God will send rescue while we are alive so that they can have another day secure, okay? So that they can have another day secure. Checkout time is at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, meaning we're working on this today because tomorrow they have to check out. and then it's back to the streets. It's literally like 30, 40 degrees back to the streets. Okay. So if you can help, please do so. Roger that, sister. And thank you. Now moving on. Okay. Father, I did what you said to do. I pray that you would send the people who have it within their ability to do something for somebody else other than themselves. When it comes to the babies, y'all, the babies are off limits. The babies didn't ask to be here. And out here in California, if you don't have shelter, the CPS get involved. And I can't say that I blame them, because if babies are not having their provision met, then yes, they do need somebody to step in. But I also don't agree with people coming in, especially the government, and taking people's children because they fell on hard times, because they can't provide for their family. I think that is wicked. But I also believe in making sure the children are taken care of. Seriously. I say, look, 7, 8 people come and give $100 bill. They would have somewhere to stay. That was like on Tuesday till Sunday. At least 4 or 5 days. Let God, send somebody else in or reload somebody else up that want to help. But what I want to share with y'all real quick is I'm offering just a few done for yous real quick. I don't care what I gotta do. Okay, I went out of my time, took my children to the dentist, and then went out looking for a place for these people will have somewhere to go. Okay, looking for work. My brother is willing to give the son a shot at employment without his ID because he's from another state. So he needs his birth certificate in order to go to DMV with a proof of residence so that he can get an ID. But I already have people working on things that will help them be able to pay their bills, okay? Get them into permanent housing. I hate to put the government in anybody's business, but the young woman is going to try to go apply for some assistance at the county building, okay, so that they have resources. The mother is going to get some, what you call it? I'm about to say Section 8 is disability because she's disabled. But they have to do that from a place where they can at least sit down and rest, fill out paperwork. We're working with them. But in the meantime, in between time, they need a place to stay. We found permanent placing for them. We will know if they were approved. They do have programs that will co-sign for you a place to stay. You have to pay them, of course, but they will co-sign and make sure you get approved to stay. So we're waiting to hear, back on that behalf. But it's not just like, hey, can you get a hotel? Because a hotel is expensive. And you can't just stay in a hotel. And I don't want to just drop you off at the hotel and that's the end of that. No, that's not what God called me to do. I'm going to assist you till I'm not able to assist you anymore. Okay? And even if I have to put the place inside of my corporate, my business name, I will do that. Period, point blank. I really don't care. But most importantly is making sure they get something temporarily stable for them for the next few days and some food. And I just pray that God will send the resources and convict the hearts of man, especially when they have it in their power to do so. And they are selfish and they are greedy and they don't care about the well-being of another. I pray that God deal with them. I pray God take away what they have and give it to people who will look out for his other people. I pray God will dry up their reservoir. Why would you give more to the greedy? That makes no sense. Take it away from them and give it to the people that will be generous. Because your word says you love generous givers. Okay? That's what your word says. Now I talked about a community, okay? How you can go big with a community, how you can actually get you some residual coming in, some income set up. I'll go over that to show you real quick, because it's going to go along with one of the offers that I'm going to offer, okay? I'm going to do a couple done for yous. Is it sharing now? All right. Oh, I need to hurry. All right, so y'all know I'm a big advocate about credit and getting your credit fixed, right? Y'all know I'll be offering bundles, deals, sweeps, dispute bundles, all of that stuff, right? That you can take and go and create you a community as such over here on this platform. This person got 60 members at $97 a month, okay? If you do 60 times 97, they had $5,820 every month consistently. Remember, $10,000 to $20,000 is the intended target in order for you to be able to survive, according to the chart the American people gave. If you're making under 140,000, they say you are extremely poor. So in order to be making like 240,000, where you can give them 118,000 plus the 18,000 in taxes every year, you still have $122,000. Go back and watch the beginning of this video. I broke it down, right? You have to be doing $20,000 months to make that. So you have this one making 5,000, which is a good start. It's just a group, okay? Credit repair, including with building business credit, unlock high limit funding, and growing your business with expert experience. Okay. This person does business credit and grants. She has 4,600 people in her community. She's only charging $47 a month. She's at $216,200 every single month. Okay, this is a community for entrepreneurs. They gain access to business funding, grants, and they boost their own personal credit score. Why am I going over this? Because I have an opportunity for a couple of y'all. Can't do too many, but a couple. I told y'all that credit is the ish. Why? Because everybody needs it. Funding is as well. There was some free groups. There was some paid groups over there that I just shared with you all. I will go back. Matter of fact, let me go back there real quick. Excuse me. Let me go back there real quick so y'all can see a variety. We got her over here, $47 with 4,600 members. She's doing $216,200 a month just off a $47 membership, right? We got 24 members over here at $99 a month. It's $2,500 a month. All credit. All of this is in the credit niche. Okay. You got 73 over here and it's free. You got 1,000, 1,100 over here and it's free. You have 18 members over here. When I just checked the other day, it was only 3 members in here paying $97 a month. So that's about almost $2,000 a month, right? You got 38 members over here. It's free. You got 436 members paying $97 a month. Right here. 436 times 97. That is $42,292 every single month. Unlock credit, secure funding, and build wealth. Learn how to fix your credit and fund yourself. Okay? They got 5 members over here. They got 5,100 members over here at $67 a month. 5,100 times 67. That is $341,000 every single month off of a community. Okay? Off of a community in the credit space. Now, I got something else to show y'all real quick. Let me pull this up right here because y'all be thinking Dr. T be coming by here playing with you. I don't. Okay? I don't just be shooting the bull with you, telling you something that is not true. Okay? I don't. If you have been stuck, this is a regular post on Facebook. If you've been stuck at 625, 85, 40, the call to action was comment the keyword 800 so that you can get my 7-day credit sweep that Dr. T been trying to give to y'all for the logo. Okay? Wanted you to see that because now I want you to see the response. Now I want you to see the response. I want it done for me. How much? Interested. I still have your book. They commented 800. They commented 800. The automation replied to them, okay, and sent them to her community. All you got to do is come join my community. You can get a hold of this 7-day sweep for joining my community. $97, $67, $47, whatever she made her price. Okay? Whatever she made her price. Oh, that ain't nobody. Ma'am, this goes on for days. So many screenshots. I could not even screenshot. It was 173 likes. It was 400 or 500 and some comments. They all need help with credit. All of them. They all need help with credit. Look, it just keep on going on. They all need help with credit. She put them in a community. Okay? Y'all see that? It was 448 comments. 163,000 views. If you don't think people need credit, you don't think people need money, think again. This is a business that never go out of business. This is a business that is evergreen, inflation-proof, recession-proof, pandemic-proof. Any type of tricks or scams that they can think is going to be bulletproof, scam-proof. It's going to be all proof, okay? And just the credit. So my proposal to you, maybe for 2 people in this space, I will build your community. I will fill it up with credit repair. Okay. I will fill it up with the 7-day sweep. I will fill it up with dispute templates. I will fill it up with everything, consumer law, ebooks, all of the digital products that you can sell. And come up with a price point to offer for your community. Set it all up for you. Get it all locked in for you. Start running traffic to that bad boy so you have people inside of there where you are at least getting residually $5,000 to $10,000 every single month after I build it. And I will build it for you by the end of this month. Only 2 people can get in on this opportunity, right? I'm going to charge you $250 to build out your community. You ain't got to know nothing about no credit repair. You ain't got to fix nobody's credit. I'm going to set your community up for you. I'm going to fill it with digital products that the people are going to come to your community for, and you will be able to make passive income every single month, right? I'm going to drive some traffic there. I'll teach you how to get you a virtual assistant that will run this community for you while you still work, while you enjoy your family, do whatever it is that you got to do. This will be a set it and forget it type of situation for you. Anybody want to take me up on that opportunity? Okay. It will be done by the end of this month. So January 2026, you will be able to make you some revenue in your own community. And I will do that only for two people at 250. And the only reason I'm offering it at 250 is solely so I can get this woman and her family a few days in a hotel room. Anybody want in on that? Okay. I have that. Ugh. If you want a different type of community, it don't have to be credit. I just showed y'all where the gold mine is, though. Okay. So if you want something in the credit restoration where they can come in and get access to your 7-day sweep, to your disputes, they just pay you to come in and get access. You ain't got to teach them. If you want to, you can. It'll be your tribe. But for $250, the best gift that you can give yourself for this holiday or any other holiday is the gift that keeps on giving. Let me put this 250 in, I get my 250 back. If you charge $97 a month to get access, three people came in, you would get your 250 back plus $50 bonus, and you would be getting that every single month. So you won, not me. You're buying my time to put it together for you. Okay? So I'm going to put that out there. First come, first serve. It is live only. Okay? I jump off this live, you're going to pay me thousands of dollars to go and build you out a community, build you out some digital products. Like I said, the only reason why I said two people is because literally I'm going to take the resources and I am going to make sure that this family has provision and shelter for the next couple of days so I can focus on the other things that I need to do. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. We're having trouble streaming to Facebook. Who is that? No, you're not having trouble. And say the Lord rebukes you. You're not finna mess with my life. If you're having trouble, that's just too bad for you and not for me. Okay? I'll just remove that from the stream and then go ahead and go on about my business. I'm not playing with you, Satan. I'm almost up out of here anyway. Okay? So I have that opportunity for you guys. I also have, well, my husband said he's not going to do a done for you, build out. But my husband was like, look, we will get the paperwork started for them if they want to get it a non-CDL, whether that's going to be into dispatching or if they want to get into the non-CDL where they learn the game, go ahead and get their documentation done. We will establish their LLC, their EIN, and we will give them some trade lines for two people. Okay, doesn't come with coaching and all this other stuff. Doesn't come with that, but it will come with your foundational part, your foundational aspect, because all you need is three pieces of paper. All you need is 3 steps to be able to leverage your business. All you need is 3 steps: LLC, EIN, and trade lines to be able to go get funding for this new business. I don't care if you never drive on the road. I don't care if you don't never do nothing. It's also going to include medical courier and the hotspots where you can make you 900 plus per week, just simply doing, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, maybe 2 hours max of you, dropping off some packages to hospitals. Okay. These are contracts for you. So you be dropping them off to hospitals, different things of that sort. Make your extra 900 plus every single week. That's going to be included, as well as how you can, leverage another person's vehicle and put you a driver in the seat. Not something you got to do, but you can leverage another person's vehicle, get you a driver, and now start making you money contracting with Amazon and different places like that for the holiday period. Okay, and you're able to do $5,000 to $6,000, whether that's with Shift, whether that is with, excuse me, whether that is with Amazon partnership. He gonna hook you up, get your paperwork together, okay, and then we gonna send you to where the gold mine is. Now that your paperwork is together, for two people, he will do your LLC, your EIN, and add your trade line so you can go leverage your business to go get money. Somewhere in the next 30 to 60 days, because it takes about 30 days for trade lines to pop up and actively be reporting on your business credit profile. Then you can go get a fleet of vehicles, just like we did. We're going to give you the rundown. Okay, we're going to give you the play of how you can go literally get 5 vehicles in 1 week and start your own rental car business, if that's what you want to do. If you want to start a shuttle transportation, sightseeing, it doesn't matter. Okay, we're going to show you multiple ways to scale your business once we build it. 2 people, 250. We're only taking them in twos because he gonna do one, I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna do one, and my assistant gonna do one on the opportunities that I'm offering you guys. Okay. Last one I have for $250. If you would like to get some funding, okay, I will apply for a $10,000 free grant money for you. I will actually apply for 10 free grant, free money resources for you. You don't need no business for this. Okay. You can be an individual. But my guarantee is I will only do this for 2 people. And my guarantee is in the next 30 to 60 days, maybe lesser than that, doesn't take that long, the $10,000 grant that I am going to apply for the 2 people who accept the offer, that closes in a couple of days. People will know something about that within the next, the next couple of weeks, okay? With that one, but I have 10 places that I am going to go get you some funding. Simple as that. 10 places. So my guarantee to you is 5,000 plus, upwards to about $20,000 to $30,000 in funding, whether that is free money, okay, whether that is I'm gonna say whether that's free money or whether that is money. It's not like a in-kind donation. It's investing, angel investors. Okay, doesn't matter. I will do funding for you for 2 people and guarantee you 5,000 minimum plus words up of funding in the next 30, I'm gonna say to 45 days. Not on me, on them. I will grant this opportunity to 2 people for $250 for me to do funding, with the very first opportunity of me securing a grant or applying to secure a $10,000 grant. Okay, I got all access to all the grants. We'll get you some funding somehow, some way. Got opportunities through the SBA. I got opportunities through Chase Bank. Y'all thought I was lying when I told y'all that Chase Bank will give y'all $150,000. Okay, I have a Chase rep. So when I say we can get y'all funding, we can get you funding. I have a Chase rep. Where you at? Here we go. Okay. Chase Bank has announced that LLC owners can get approved for up to $150,000 without showing any proof of revenue. It don't matter if we got to go after this for you. My guarantee to you is that you will get funds that you didn't have to work for. Okay? You didn't have to beg for, you didn't have to wait on. Well, you're going to wait a little bit for them to give it to you. But I'm talking about you didn't have to wait on like the government sending you a Social Security check or some type of, excuse me, that you didn't have to wait on or you have to wait on religiously. Okay? Anybody want any of those opportunities before I go? Speak now, forever hold your peace. I will get you fully funded. Okay? I will do your funding for you. I will go after several grants that I know, especially if you're a woman, you can get. Okay? And even if you're not a woman, I can go after funding for you. Okay? I know where to go get the money at. And I know exactly what to do and who to talk to. So I will get you funded. And only 2 people can take advantage of this opportunity for $250. I charge thousands of dollars to get you funded. Thousands. That ain't even 10%. Okay? But for 2 people, and you guys know why I'm doing it, I'm going to say it again. So we can get this mother and her family a place to stay temporarily for the next few days till we situate. I don't want them kids on the street. I don't ever want to see nothing like that again. I don't ever want to roll up and see. I don't want to see that. I don't want to do that again. Okay. So for 2 people, you want to get funded and get you funded. You ain't got to do no work. Okay. And free money, we'll go after that first, but we will explore other avenues and then talk about how you can actually use their money to go make you more money once we get the money. Okay. It's just one upfront fee, $250 for 2 people. Also, my husband will set up your non-CDL business, LLC, EIN. It don't gotta be non-CDL. He can do anything you want. You want a nonprofit, you want, whatever it is you want, you would set your paperwork up. But more specifically in the transportation niche, you would do your LLC, EIN, and give you trade lines that would allow you to go get funded for that business. That's a business on paper. Okay. And then show you how to start your own car lot, show you how to utilize the revenue, send you to 2 places, Lightstream and Navy Federal, to go get vehicle loans. And you use these vehicles to go make you money. So you pay them back. So no money never come out of your pocket. Multiple ways to skin a cat. Okay. And we're going to get 2 people together and bless them to give them the gift that keeps on giving over and over and over again. For $250, we will get you on your way and get you all the way together. And the very first opportunity was me building your community, where I just showed you people doing $200,000, $300,000 a month on a community. I will build it, and not only will I build it, I will scale it. Okay, I will fill it, build it, fill it, and then I will scale it. Meaning I will build it out completely for you. I will fill it with the things or the items that is pertaining to the group and what the people want. And then I will run traffic to your group so that you can have people in there that have already signed up. We get 3 people in there at $97. You already got your money back plus $50 additional dollars. And then this is not something you get back one time. You keep getting it over and over and over again. If you know you need to have more streams of income, if you know $118,000, this is why we're feeling the pain at the pump, the pain at the grocery store, because everything costs way more than what we have. And these are ways for you to get multiple streams of income. I will build the community for you. I will fill the community with the items, products, or services that the people we are going to call to join the community, where you have revenue coming in every single month like clockwork. You don't have to show your face. It already has done for you ebooks. It already have teachings. It have everything available in it. I'm gonna fill it, build it, 1000% consumer law documents, pre-made documents for you. Whole 9 yards, okay? Whole 9 yards for 250. I think I've done enough. Um, you know, uh, sharing the opportunity and seeing if anybody want to take advantage of it while I'm on live only. It is only an on live opportunity. Okay. Once I end this live, that opportunity is over. I'm not offering it no more. Okay. You're gonna pay me whatever I want you to pay me if I bring this up again. And you guys know the reason why I am offering it. And so yeah, I'm not gonna hold y'all no much longer at all. Literally like a minute. I'll be done. Okay. Instagram fam, I love y'all. If you are one of the two on any three of those opportunities, and speak now, forever hold your peace, you can go ahead and DM me because I know you cannot see the information that they are able to see over here on the screen. You can DM me and I'll go ahead and get you taken care of ASAP. Okay. I'm gonna let you beautiful people go. I love y'all. Um, I pray that the needs are met. I will not stop knocking your door down. If you have a problem with that, we can part ways right now. Okay, don't follow me. Don't friend request me because I'm not going to stop. The Lord called me to this work, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to let you eat your turkey in peace. I'm not going to let you travel to see your family in peace. I'm not going to do any of that. I am going to advocate and speak up for the injustices of the poor, the widow, and the orphans, especially if you got what you need. So, with that being said, I love y'all. Stay woke. Millions are on the brink of breaking. And I don't know who next, but it could be you. Okay? Love y'all.